Hello, students. Welcome back to your computer science class. So basically, we finished nested if. But like I was talking to you all about computational time. And if you remember the example I gave you all yesterday, and how when we used the third if statement to check if C was bigger than the letter, C was greater, third number was greater than the first number, how we got two output statements. That means each and every line in the program was actually being carried out unless the condition met. So to avoid this, we have something called as elif. Okay, elif means else if. The full form of elif is uh, elif is else if. Now, if you remember the else part of any, if you have observed correctly, after else we really can't put any condition here. After else we normally get a colon. But in elif, we can put a condition. That is the difference between if else and elif. Again, in elif, you can put an else, but only one else can come at the end. Okay, so I'll explain to you this condition now, and we will remember the program we did with multiple if statements. We will remember the program we did with multiple if statements where we were giving the output of the day to the user, and I will go through that program again with you all. Okay, so we are going to take the example over here. We go to the script mode and we are going to do we are going to learn elif. Okay, this is an elif code. Now let's take the same program first so that I can explain to you all exactly what I'm trying to explain. Wait, so let's say a equals to integer input, enter a number will be stored, and depending on that number we are going to show the day of the week, the program we have done before. So I'm saying if a equals to 1, I'm going to print Monday. Okay. Now, okay. So this was the program we had done using the multiple if statement. But in this program, the error was in computational time. Of course, this error was not visible to eye since the program is very small. It's a very meager program. You're not going to really realize it. And also, it's the output that the user gets is not going to be any different. But as a programmer, you should be very mindful of the CPU cycles that are used during your program. The reason I have already told you all earlier. So I'm just going to change all these to elif. Okay, and I'm going to just add one more else statement over here. Print invalid. So how this is going to work is basically it will take an input from the user. I will check if it's 1. If it is 1, it will print Monday, and then it will not look at, it will overlook all the other statements. It doesn't need to look at all other statements. But what used to happen in multiple if is, because all the statements were if, I would check the first one, it's 1, it would print Monday, yes. But it would still go and check the other one. Is A equal to 1? Is we already know A is 1, but it will still go and check. Is it equal to 2? No. Is it equal to 3? No. Is it equal to 4? No. Is it equal to 5? No. Is it equal to 6? No. Is it equal to 7? No. It'll keep doing it even after it's found its answer. Okay. So another live example that I can give you all for this is, for example, if we were in the school and I told you to go and fetch me a student from class 1A. You went to class 1A, you found the student, but you keep going to class 1B to check for the student. You keep going to class 1C to check for the student. You go to class 2A, then 2B, then 2C. You keep going through the entire school searching for the student, even if you have found a student. So, and at the same time, there is another child whom I sent to say, find the same student. They go, they find the student and they bring it. You will also bring the student, but who will bring it faster? The one who is not going to check all the other rooms after they have found the child. The same difference is there in multiple if and if elif. Okay, in elif it enters elif only if the first if condition is not met. So else if happens only if the first if fails. Third else if will happen if the first two else if fail. Okay, so that is how else if works. Let's save this and run it. Enter a number 6, Saturday. Now, if you actually look over here, you are not going to be able to see the difference because your answers come back as quick because these are very meager programs. When we talk about huge programs like Google and Python, these kind of errors can hang your machine when they are overworking themselves, even after they have found the answer to the solution. Okay, this is another program you will practice. I'm doing one more for you all. In this, I'm going to take another number and last class I had told you all do something and find out which is the center number. Today I'm going to take 3 numbers from the user. I'm going to arrange them. I'm going to sort them in the ascending order or descending order, and then I'm going to display them. I'm going to take the first number, second number, third number, and then I'm going to take 3 different variables. I'm going to take small, I'm going to take big, and then I'm going to take medium, comma, medium, all 3 equal to 0, because I'm going to print these small, comma, medium, comma, big. This is going to be my final output. But how will I find out which is the small number, which is the big number? You all already know how to find the big number. Yes or no? Which is the largest of the 3 numbers we did, na? So I will say if A is more than B, and A is more than C. If A is more than B and A is more than C, then I'm saying big equals to A. Else if B is greater to A and B is greater to C, then big equals to B. Else big equals to C. Now, let me explain you this, okay? If A is greater than B and A is greater to C, then I know that the bigger number is A. If B is greater to A and B is greater to C, I know the bigger number is B. But if A is not a bigger number and B is not a bigger number, but obviously C is the bigger number, yes, this is my first one. Then I'm going to do the same thing and I'm going to say if A is less than B and A is less than C, then small equals to C. Yes, else if B is smaller than A and B is smaller than C, then my small number equals to C. Oh, sorry. And finally, else small number equals to C. Now I have given values to big and small. How will I give values to medium? Using the same statements, I will say if A is greater than B and A is less than C. Okay, that means it's the middle number. If A is greater than B, but A is smaller to C, that means the middle number is A. Else if A is less than, sorry, B is greater to A and B is less than C, in that case, my medium number equals to B. Else, what is it? Medium number equals to C. Okay. And finally, when I've given values to big, small, and medium, I will print it in this order where it is small, big, medium, or big, medium, small, whatever order is correct. Okay. So again, if A is greater than B and A is greater than C, this is where I'm finding the bigger number. Then that means this entire chunk will be done. This entire chunk will be done because it's an if statement. That means it will check for the condition. If not this condition, then this condition. If not these two conditions, then else condition. Each if can take multiple elifs, but only one else. Each if can take lots of elifs, but one else. I did not put an elif here because even if these all conditions are true or not, this has to be followed. These entire things were only to find the big number. This piece of code was to find the small number. And this piece of code was to find the medium number, middle number. Now let's save it. Let's run it. Check if it works. Enter the first number 190, second number 30, fourth number is 200. Okay, what happened to it? Multiple assignment works, right? Let's try. 190, 67, and let's take 89. See, it's arranged. So if I want it in the descending order, I will just do the reverse. So this is your homework for today, and my challenge to you is to do this in less number of steps than I have done. Y'all can see one here. Over here, they've done the same thing in a different way. Okay. So my challenge to you is if you can do it in lesser steps than me, can you all think of making it such that without doing so many steps, can you do it? If not, it's okay. But it's just a challenge to think with your mind, not go on Google, not go search. Just think with your mind, is there a possibility that you can sort three numbers in less number of steps? So with this, I end today's class. Stay home, stay safe, practice this, practice all the programs through the week, practice, give yourself some challenge on your own, okay? And try to do the program that come into your mind. So when you're sitting with, uh, because I've said, largest of three numbers, no, go ahead, do largest of five numbers, do largest of six numbers, and do it with challenge in you. Do it in less number of steps. Give yourself some challenge over there, okay? With this, I end today's class. Stay home, stay safe, take care, and keep learning. Thank you.